The galaxy waited in fear, but no one wanted to admit it. Dozens of alien fleets floated around the neutral star system, their engines quiet, their lights dim, their weapons unlocked but hidden. Every commander acted calm, but every heart beat fast. Something was coming. Something they did not understand. For 50 long years, humanity had been silent. No diplomats, no messages, no ships crossing borders. The Council believed humans had grown weak. Many species said humans lost their courage. Some called Earth a dying world. But others whispered different things. They said humanity was building something. They said humans were preparing for a return that would shake the stars. The Council ignored those whispers. Today, they waited for a normal meeting, but deep inside, they felt a strange tension. None of them could explain it. High above the Council station, thousands of alien ships floated in perfect formation. Some ships were small and fast. Some were huge like moving cities. Battleships, dreadnoughts, carriers, they all gathered. No one knew why the meeting request had been stamped as critical, but they came anyway. Commander Ralvek of the Drash Empire stood on his bridge, claws tapping the rail. His ship's scanners kept flashing errors. Status report, he growled. Everything normal, Commander, his officer answered, but his voice shook. But, something is strange. Space distortion levels are rising. Ralvek frowned. From where? We do not know. Across the system, the same readings appeared on every display. Space was bending. Light was twisting. It looked like a storm, but there was no storm here. Captains shouted orders. Officers checked sensors again and again. Then it happened. A deep vibration rolled through space. It was not sound, but every species felt it in their bones. Lights flickered across all ships. Gravity fields became uneven. Alien hearts stopped for a second. Ralvek stared at the front screen, his throat dry. "What is that?" he whispered. In the distance, a dark shape slowly pushed itself out of a glowing rift. It looked like a shadow at first, huge, slow, and silent. But it grew larger. And larger. And larger. Soon, it blocked the light of the star behind it. Every screen failed to measure it. Every scanner crashed. Every weapon system froze. A quiet voice across one alien ship said what everyone else was thinking. That cannot be a ship. But it was. It was Earth's Titan-class warship. The first of its kind. A floating giant made of black metal that swallowed light. It had no name written on its hull. No symbols. No color. It moved like a sleeping beast drifting through the void. The Council fleets fell silent. Not one captain gave an order. Not one ship dared to move. The Titan-class ship finally stopped at the center of the system. It did not rotate. It did not aim weapons. It simply existed, and its existence alone felt like a threat that could crush worlds. On the Council station, leaders from 50 species stood around a holotable. All eyes stared at the new object appearing on their displays. "That size is impossible," one ambassador whispered. "No, that size is forbidden," another corrected. An old scholar trembled. Only one species would break the old laws. Only one species would build something like this. The room went silent. Humans. The word felt heavy, like a stone dropped into deep water. Back on the bridge of Ralvek's ship, officers panicked. "Commander. It's not broadcasting an ID signal. No life signs detected. No energy readings. It looks dead." Ralvek shook his head slowly. "Nothing that size is dead. It is watching us." Suddenly, thousands of tiny lights flicked on across the Titan's surface. Each light was a drone, human drones, unfolding like metallic wings. They moved out from the ship in perfect formation, each one the size of a cruiser. They spread across the system like a quiet storm. Alien fleets activated shields at once. "Do not fire," the council leader shouted over the wideband channel. "If you fire, we all die." But the humans still said nothing. No message. No greeting. No warning. Just silence. The silence was worse than a threat. It felt heavy. Crushing. Terrifying. Ralvek watched the Titan-class ship. He tried to understand its purpose. "Why come here without words?" he muttered. "What do humans want?" His officer whispered, "Maybe they don't want anything, Commander. Maybe they are here to show us something." A pulse of soft blue light flashed from the Titan's core. It was not a weapon. It was a scan, one so powerful the wave passed through every ship like wind through grass. Systems did not break, but every species felt exposed. Every secret. Every ship's design. Every weakness. The humans now knew it all. The council finally spoke through emergency channel. "All fleets remain still. Do not provoke them." No one disobeyed. Minutes passed. Long, slow, painful minutes. Then the Titan-class ship sent its first message. A single line of text appeared on every screen, in every language, even languages never shared with humans. "Observation mode active. No threats. No demands. No explanations. Just those words." "Observation, of what?" Ralvek whispered. The answer was clear. Humanity had returned, not to speak, not to negotiate, but to look at the galaxy, and judge it. And for the first time since the council began, not one alien dared to make a sound. Fear moved through the star system like cold wind. Since the Titan-class ship appeared, no one dared to speak loudly. No one dared to move their ships. Even the brightest, bravest alien warriors felt their bones shake. The galaxy had seen huge ships before, but nothing compared to this. The council called an emergency session. Every species leader rushed inside the meeting hall on the main station. Skin colors, scales, feathers, shells, hundreds of forms gathered, all with the same expression, fear. The holotable showed a giant silhouette of the Titan-class ship. The hologram flickered again and again because the ship's size broke the projector. "Make it smaller," one ambassador shouted. "This is its smallest readable size," the tech officer replied. "It is too large for our system." The room went silent again. At the edge of the table stood Elder Thalak, the oldest member of the council. His voice was slow but sharp. "We believed humans were gone, but humans did not vanish. They prepared." The others exchanged nervous looks. Commander Tyrius of the Avorians stepped forward, wings trembling slightly. "But why return like this?" he demanded. "Why bring a monster ship? Why scare the entire galaxy?" No one answered. They were all thinking the same question but were too afraid to say it. Across the room, the Corran warchief slammed her fist on the table. "We should attack," she said. "Show the humans they cannot frighten us." The room erupted. "Attack? Are you mad? One shot at that thing and we all die. We cannot fight something we do not understand." The warchief growled but sat down, her armor rattling with frustration. The council leader, a calm and steel-eyed figure named Lorien, raised her hand. "Look at the drones." Everyone turned to the holoscreen. Thousands of human drones floated around the Titan-class ship. Each drone glowed faint blue, waiting in perfect formation. "They are not attacking," Lorien continued. "They are only watching us." "Watching us for what?" someone whispered. Lorien didn't answer. She didn't know. White medium star on the Drash flagship. Commander Ralvek watched the Titan-class ship with intense concentration. His crew whispered behind him. "Commander, the drones are scanning us." Let them, Ralvek said. We cannot stop them. His officer nodded stiffly. Should we send a message? Ralvek hesitated. The idea of sending a message to something so silent felt dangerous. But remaining silent also felt wrong. Send a respectful greeting, he ordered. The officer turned to his console. Council Protocol Greeting. Welcome, human delegation. Please state your purpose. The message flew through space to the Titan ship. Ralvek waited. His crew waited. All fleets waited. Nothing happened. No response. No change. No movement. Just silence. The Titan-class ship ignored the message completely. What does it mean? The officer asked. Ralvek's claws tapped the floor. It means humans do not see us as worth answering. Silence filled the bridge. No one contradicted him. White medium star back at the council hall. A young diplomat named Jera, known for her intelligence, stood up. I have studied human history, she said nervously. Humans never show strength without reason. If they built something this large, then someone pushed them. The room stiffened. You think this is a warning? A counselor asked. No, Jera whispered. I think this is their reminder. Reminder of what? Another shouted. That humanity is dangerous when ignored. A heavy silence settled across the hall. Then the council tech officer ran into the room, breathless. New development, he shouted. The Titan ship has activated something. Everyone rushed to the window. White medium star, a strange new formation. The human drones were moving. Slowly, smoothly, silently. They aligned into a massive circle around the station, around the fleets, around the entire system. The formation was perfect, mathematically perfect. It looked like a ritual. A judgment ring. The lights on the drones brightened. The Titan-class ship pulsed once, glowing from its center like a heartbeat. What is it doing? The Koran war chief asked. Jera's voice trembled. It is preparing a demonstration. Of what? Of power. No one said anything after that. White medium star inside the Titan-class ship. Deep in its quiet halls, hundreds of human crew members worked with no emotion, no fear. They had waited 50 years for this moment. They did not speak to aliens. They did not negotiate. Their mission was simple. Show the galaxy that Earth was not weak. Show the galaxy that silence did not mean surrender. Show the galaxy why humanity was banned from war. Captain Mira Stanton stood at the command platform. Her voice was calm, steady. Begin outer scan. All systems green, her officers replied. Prepare observation protocol. Across every alien ship, screens flashed with a warning. Observation protocol level 1 initiated. Panic spread like fire. No, the council leader screamed. What are they observing? No one knew. But every captain, every diplomat, every warrior felt the truth. The humans weren't here to talk. They weren't here to fight. They were here to judge. The galaxy saw the Titan-class ship floating in silence, but no one understood what stood behind that silence. They only saw the present. They did not know the past. They did not know why humanity disappeared for 50 years. They did not know what humans were building in the shadows. Now, the truth was rising slowly, like a dark sun returning after a long night. White medium star 50 years ago, the day Earth quietly closed its doors. Humanity was loud once. They explored every star lane they could. They talked to every species they met. They signed every peace treaty with hope in their hearts. They believed the galaxy would accept them as equals. But the galaxy did not. At first, humans were pushed away from important decisions. Then they were removed from council leadership. Later, their ships were restricted. Finally, a new law was passed. Humanity is banned from participating in galactic military operations. The Council said it was for balance. Other species said it was for peace. But deep down, the truth was simple. The galaxy feared what humans could become. Humans argued, protested, tried to negotiate. But no one listened. So humanity made a decision. A silent, powerful decision. They stepped back. Closed every border. Shut down all diplomacy. And disappeared into the darkness of their own territory. The galaxy thought Earth was retreating out of weakness. But humanity was not retreating. They were preparing. White medium star inside Earth's hidden border. Behind defended gates, humanity built something nobody expected. The old nations united for the first time in history. No more rivalries. No more internal fights. Earth stood as one world. They named their alliance Unified Human Dominion. The galaxy laughed at the name. They said humans were pretending to be powerful. But the Dominion ignored the galaxy. They focused only on one thing. Building what the Council feared most. White Medium Star Project Dawn, the birth of the Titan. The first meeting took place under Antarctica, deep inside a frozen facility powered by geothermal reactors. Commanders, scientists, engineers, pilots, all stood in front of the main screen that displayed two simple words. Project Dawn. Captain Mira Stanton was younger then. Not famous. Not a legend. But she asked the question everyone avoided. What if the galaxy comes for us during our silence? No one had an answer. So Earth decided to create one. They combined every technology humans ever found. Dark matter engine fragments discovered beyond the Orion Rift. Quantum shielding taken from old Council research scraps. Alien telepathic barrier crystals recovered during forgotten wars. Human AI cores so advanced they were locked by law. They studied everything. Every weakness. Every threat. Every species. Every ship design. Then they designed something to surpass them all. A ship not built for war. But built to end war. A ship so large it could alter gravity. A ship so strong it needed its own star system-sized construction dock. A ship so silent that no enemy could detect it unless the humans allowed it. They called it Titan-class warship, Unit 01, Observer. The name, Observer, fooled the galaxy. They thought a ship with that name would be weak. A ship that only watched. They did not know the truth. When humans observe, they learn everything. And once humans learn everything, they become unstoppable. White Medium Star, the training of the crew. It took 15 years to build the Titan. But it took even longer to prepare the crew who would control it. Humans chosen for the Titan were not normal soldiers. They were thinkers. Strategists. Problem solvers. People who stayed calm even when facing death. People who felt nothing but focus under pressure. Training centers were hidden inside hollowed asteroids. Simulations ran for months with no breaks. Sleep cycles were shortened. Neural boosters were tested and perfected. Every crew member learned to operate weapons that could destroy moons. Every officer learned how to control gravity like a tool. Every engineer learned to merge human instinct with AI precision. They were taught one strict rule. The Titan does not attack first. That rule was the heart of Project Dawn. The Titan class was not built to start battles. It was built to end them with one move. A move so powerful the galaxy would fear the idea of provoking humans. White Medium Star, back to the present, the galaxy finally realizes. While alien fleets trembled around the Titan, the Council desperately searched old files for any sign of this project. A historian shouted, "I found something." A rumor from 43 years ago. What rumor? Someone asked. The historian swallowed hard. That humans were building a ship so dangerous the council banned even discussing it. Why? Another questioned. Because the council feared it would change the power of the galaxy forever. Everyone stared again at the Titan's massive shape. Everyone knew now. The rumors were true. Humans had not been hiding. Humans had been working. Building. Preparing. Transforming. Everything the galaxy thought they understood was wrong. The Titan-class ship was not a mistake. Not a bluff. Not a message. It was a statement. A quiet, cold, powerful statement. We did not return to join you. We returned to show you what you created. The drones around the system brightened again. The Titan's core pulsed like a slow heartbeat. Humanity had risen from silence. And now, the galaxy understood. The humans did not come back as the same species they once were. They came back as something stronger. Something unbreakable. Something the galaxy should have never pushed away. For hours, the Titan-class warship floated in the center of the star system like a silent giant. No lights, no engines, no movement, only a soft, slow pulse from its core, like the calm heartbeat of a creature too powerful to fear anything. Alien fleets continued to stare at it, waiting, trembling, praying it would remain still. The council chamber was full of whispers, worry, and shaking hands. The leaders of 50 species stood together, but even together they felt small. They knew this moment would decide everything, peace or war, survival or destruction. Council leader Lorian spoke first. We must send another message, she insisted. We cannot remain silent forever. If we stay quiet, they may think we are hostile. But Ambassador Jera shook her head. Humans do not decide with words. They decide with actions. If they remain silent, it means their decision is already made. This thought sent a cold shiver through every spine. White medium star, the drones begin to move. Around the Titan-class warship, thousands of human drones suddenly shifted position. They moved smoothly, like a school of metal fish gliding through water. They didn't activate weapons, but their movement alone was enough to terrify every species watching. The drones formed a giant spiral. Then a ring. Then a perfect sphere around the alien fleets. What are they doing? A council member whispered. It looks like a containment formation, someone replied. No, Jera whispered slowly. It looks like protection. Protection for who? Another shouted. Jera looked at the Titan with wide eyes. For the humans. They don't trust us. Every alien felt embarrassed. The idea that humans needed protection from them felt insulting, but it was true. The council had pushed humanity away. They banned humans from war. They treated them like children. They laughed at them. And now, the Titans returned, not with anger, but with quiet caution. Humans remembered everything. And that was far more terrifying than a weapon. White medium star, the Titan's first light. Without warning, the Titan's entire hull lit up with thin golden lines. They glowed like veins across the massive ship. Every alien ship alarm began flashing red. Energy surge. Extreme levels. Shields up. Ready weapons. But even with their shields activated, every species knew one truth. Shields meant nothing. Weapons meant nothing. If the Titan wanted, it could erase them all. Suddenly, the giant ship released a soft wave of light across the system. It was not an attack. It did not burn or damage. It simply passed through every ship, every station, every body. What was that? Ralvek asked on his ship. His officer checked the console. A scan. A very deep scan. They now know every weapon we have, every weakness, every crew member's health, and even the material inside our engines. Ralvek exhaled slowly. This is not threat. This is measurement. Measurement of what? Of how fast they could destroy us. White medium star, the Titan speaks. Every ship, every station, every personal device froze. Then the lights flickered. Then a voice, calm, deep, and emotionless, echoed through the entire star system. It was not loud. It was not angry. But it made every species shake. Galactic Council, this is the United Human Dominion. Every alien froze. Humans had spoken. But the voice continued. We received your threats. Gasps filled the council chamber. We saw your fleets. Warriors lowered their weapons. We heard your whispers. Counselors looked at the floor. We are not here to start war. Relief washed through the room, only for a second. We are here to end fear. Fear returned instantly. Ambassador Jera whispered, what does that mean? End fear how? But the humans weren't done. White medium star, a terrifying display. The Titan-class warship lifted slightly and aimed at a tiny, uninhabited moon at the edge of the system. A soft hum echoed across space. No, they wouldn't, Ralvek whispered. A thin golden beam shot out. It did not explode. It did not burn. It did not make noise. It simply touched the moon. The moon split perfectly in half, quietly, smoothly, like a fruit cut by an invisible blade. No debris. No shockwave. No crater. Silence covered the system. Then the human voice returned. This is our lowest level demonstration. Lowest level. Those two words echoed like thunder. What was the highest level? No one wanted to know. The Titan was not showing power to threaten. It was showing power to teach. Teach the galaxy what humans became. White medium star, the message that shook the galaxy. The voice continued. We do not wish to fight. We do not wish to conquer. We wish for only one thing. Every alien leaned forward. Respect. One word. Simple. But it hit harder than any weapon. Humans were not looking for revenge, Jera whispered. They were looking for acknowledgement. The voice added. We were silent for 50 years because your fear created a cage around us. We built the Titan class to break that cage. Not with violence. But with truth. Then the drones dimmed. The golden lines faded. The Titan went still again. And the voice said the final words. Earth is watching. White medium star, every species understood the warning. If the galaxy wanted peace. Respect humans. If the galaxy wanted war. The Titan class would end it before it began. When the voice stopped, the star system felt heavier, as if the Titan's presence alone changed gravity. The council members looked at one another. We cannot attack, Lorian said. We cannot ignore, Jera added. We must change, Ralvek whispered. And for the first time in history, all 50 species agreed. Humanity had spoken. The galaxy would never be the same. Silence spread across the system after the Titan finished speaking. A heavy, powerful silence, one that felt like a giant hand pressing down on every ship, every soldier, every leader. The moon that had been split moments ago still floated in perfect halves, glowing like two pale eyes watching the galaxy for its next move. The council leaders stood frozen inside the chamber, unable to breathe, unable to think. They had come to pressure humanity. They had come to force Earth into obedience. Instead, they witnessed something beyond their imagination. For the first time in centuries, no one tried to hide their fear. No one pretended to be brave. Every species understood the same truth. Humanity's silence had never been weakness. It was evolution. White medium star, the first response. Council leader Lorian stepped forward, but her legs trembled. She spoke through the galaxy-wide broadcast channel. Humans. United Human Dominion, we hear you, she said carefully. We accept your message. We will show respect. Her voice cracked at the end. She was trying to be strong, but even the strongest leader felt like a child in front of the Titan-class warship. But there was no reply. The Titan did not answer. The drones did not move. The human ship did not speak again. It simply watched. This made the Council even more nervous. Not knowing a human's next move was worse than any threat. White medium star, a change in every fleet. On the Drash flagship, Commander Ralvek stood quietly, thinking. His crew watched him anxiously. Commander, what do we do? One officer asked. Ralvek stared at the Titan. We learn, he said softly. Learn, what? Another officer asked. Ralvek's eyes narrowed. Learn what humans became, and make sure we never become their enemy. His voice held no anger, only respect. For the first time in his long military career, he bowed his head, to a silent ship. White medium star, the Council's decision. Inside the Council chamber, Ambassador Jera spoke next. We should rewrite the treaties, she said. Human space must be declared untouchable. The Koran war chief startled. Untouchable? You want to give them full protection? Jera turned to her with a calm, firm look. They do not need our protection. We need theirs. No one could argue. No one dared. Lorien raised her hand. Let the following law be declared. No species shall enter human territory without invitation. No species shall threaten humanity. No weapon shall be pointed toward Earth. No fleet shall gather at their borders. A silence fell. Then, one by one, each species raised their hand in agreement. Even the warlike empires, even the proud species, even the arrogant ones who once looked down on humans. The fear was too real. The respect was too deep. The truth was too clear. Humanity had earned a place above conflict. White medium star, the Titan turns. At last, the Titan-class warship moved again. Slowly. Gracefully. Like a moon shifting in orbit. No engines fired. No thrusters glowed. It simply drifted forward, but every ship around it cleared a path instantly. The drones merged back into its hull like drops of water being absorbed by the ocean. Lights faded across the giant black surface until it became a shadow again, silent and powerful. For a moment, everyone wondered. Will the humans respond? Will they accept the Council's pledge? Will they return to diplomacy? The Titan gave its answer through action, not words. It pointed its nose toward deep space, toward home. White medium star, the final signal. Just before the warp rift opened, a final message flashed across all screens. The same calm, emotionless human voice returned. We will watch the galaxy from the dark. Another pause. We seek no war. But if war seeks us. The voice grew colder, sharper, like the edge of a blade touching a throat. The galaxy will meet the Titan again. Every species swallowed hard. The warp rift opened, vast, silent, golden, and the Titan-class ship glided inside. The light swallowed it completely. Then the rift closed with a soft ripple. The Titan was gone. But its presence stayed. Its message stayed. Its power stayed. White medium star, across the galaxy, a new era begins. On every planet, news spread faster than light. Humans returned, stronger than ever. The Titan class is real. They split a moon with a single beam. The Council bowed to Earth. Schools taught the event as history. Armies studied the Titan's movements as lessons. Scientists obsessed over how such a ship could exist. And people across all worlds whispered the same line. Do not anger the humans. Yet, there was also admiration. Because humans did not conquer the galaxy. Humans did not burn cities. Humans did not demand thrones. Humans simply stood tall, without lifting a weapon. For the first time ever. The galaxy respected Earth not because of force, but because of what humanity had become. White medium star back on Earth. Inside the Titan's home docking station, Captain Mira Stanton stepped off the ship with steady feet. She looked tired, but calm. She had led humanity's greatest ship into the galaxy, and changed everything. Her second-in-command, Aaron Cole, walked beside her. "We did it," Aaron said softly. Mira nodded. "The galaxy finally knows who we are." Aaron smiled. "And they will think twice before challenging us again." Mira looked out at the vast stars beyond the station's shield. "We are not conquerors," she whispered. "We are protectors. And we protect by reminding the galaxy that humans rise strongest after they are pushed." Behind her, the Titan-class ship rested, silent, dark, watching. Earth had found its place. Not below the galaxy. Not above it. But standing tall, unafraid, unbroken. White medium star. The legend began that day. When Earth's Titan-class ship arrived. The galaxy forgot how to speak.